Kaplan, and I'm the Colorado State Director for the Humane Society of the United States. And first of all, I want to say a huge thanks to Vegan Life Colorado for having me and Michael. This is really wonderful. We're really new to Colorado, and so to have a place like this to come and enjoy such a compassionate meal on a holiday that can be really tricky is really wonderful, so thank you. And a big thanks to Anne. Anne has been an incredible mentor. Anne, since day one of us moving here, has been such an incredible mentor to me, and I really appreciate all of the support that her and Peter have shown. But as many of you know, and I'm just going to take up about a minute of your time, HSCOS is a national animal advocacy group, and we work to confront cruelty wherever and whenever it occurs, and that ranges from farm animal abuses, wildlife and hunting abuses, companion animals, and puppy mills. A lot of my role in the state is going to be lobbying on the federal and state level. This will be my first session coming up, so I'm really excited. And I can't wait to meet more of you guys and learn about your work and figure out how I can plug in and help improve animal welfare in Colorado here, nationally and worldwide. So really nice to meet you guys. Thank you so much for having me. And now
Hello, and another thing is we have a silent auction table on the back corner there. Again, all nonprofit. If you want a tax letter for tax deductible stuff, we can do that as well. We have another table next to them. It's veganseatwhat.com. It's a brand new website. It's pretty neat. Check it out. There's a lot of great recipes and stuff on there. We also have two people from Nettle in here that do delectableplanet.com. A lot of video recipes, real easy to follow for any occasion. We also have some coffee back there from Roberta. So she came to donate this coffee, so please visit her and tell her how wonderful it is and you appreciate her being here. And one other thing I heard. There's a woman and a man camping. The woman's feeding this black bear because it was cute. When she ran out of food, the bear pretty much bit her hand off, and they came, and of course they had to dispose of the bear because it had the taste for human flesh. But I'm thinking, in my mind, that'd be like an apple feeding me a piece of pizza. When I'm done with the pizza and I'm still hungry, I'm going to eat the apple. But anyway, that's the thought process. So again, JP.
Okay, thank you guys for coming today. I'm John Pierre. I'm a nutrition and fitness consultant. I've been teaching for 25 years and been following a plant-based diet for 30 years. So I've spoke here quite a few times. Many of you heard me before, but before we start and I introduce Carl, I want to thank Ann and Peter for all their hard work that they've done throughout the years. And as you know, Ann runs basically a fur protest every Saturday, and she's run it for at least 10 years, right, Ann?
12 in March.
12 in March, okay, so she's out there every Saturday, and Peter and her have been working tirelessly, and they put on the Veg Conference every year, and they do a lot of hard work, and they put this event together to bring people together, so I want to acknowledge them and thank them for all the good that they've done. And today we have a special guest that, you know, he's really our newest up-and-coming speaker. He's Big Carl, I call him, and he's really an interesting guy because he's such an incredible athlete, you know, and he's obviously got the size behind him, which is really nice because when people come up to us and they say, hey, you can't be strong or big as a vegan, what we do is we just whistle and we call Carl, and we bring him over, and he kind of just stands there, and people are like, oh, okay, I guess you can. But the thing is, you know, I've been teaching for a long time, and what I teach isn't just plant-based nutrition. It's nutrition, it's fitness, it's enhancing cognitive functioning, and it's compassion and love. And that's the one thing I really am most impressed with Carl, is that he really embodies all those. He's trying to always improve his mind functioning. He's a compassionate, caring, and loving man. He's a phenomenal athlete. I mean, just phenomenal. And he's really, really a phenomenal speaker. And he's really going to be one of the most influential speakers, I think, in our movement. And he's really just kind of breaking into the circuit. So that's one of the reasons I wanted Carl to speak tonight, because I knew that he would help motivate you and inspire you and educate you. And so I'm going to let Carl kind of talk about himself a little bit, and he'll get into it. He only has a short amount of time, but he's going to cover a lot of information in a short amount of time. So I want to bring on Big Carl.
Hey, thanks, JP. Echoing what John just said, big thanks to Ann and all the volunteers here. I mean, this is a lot of work to get this together. It didn't happen by itself, and the food smells great, and we've got a great group of people. So, Ann and company, thank you very much. It's 7:30 in the morning. I'm 600 feet up a vertical icy cliff on the east face of Long's Peak in Rocky Mountain National Park, Colorado. The wind chill is below zero. I'm on a technical ice climb, and going up doesn't just look hard, it looks almost impossible. I've been up since 12:30 a.m. Already driven to Estes Park. I've hiked 6 miles in 4 hours in deep snow with heavy packs. Now climbing up higher is beyond intimidating and maybe not possible. A slight mistake on my part would be disastrous. The next 70 feet are the technical crux, the hardest part of the climb, and I need extreme focus and 100% commitment to get through this. I know I can do it. Doubt and failure are not options. Succeeding at this, going for it, making it to the top through terror, pain, and hardship has been among the greatest things I've ever done in my life, until now. Being a voice for the 50+ billion animals that are killed each year in the U.S. for food, and having this opportunity to speak to you is as exciting and rewarding to me as hard alpine climbing. This is not about me at all. It's about helping animals, helping the planet, and helping yourselves by committing, being true to clear principles. If you're already a vegan or a vegetarian or an omnivore that got dragged here by a nutty friend, thank you very much for coming. If I can connect with one or a few people here today, it'll be a good day. Thanksgiving is especially important to me because it's my veganiversary. I'm starting year 7 as a vegan, and I've never... not long enough, unfortunately, but better late than never. Right now, I feel better than I ever have in my life. And not just physically, in which I've been able to almost literally turn the clock back and improve upon what I thought was a pretty decent fitness level. I am as strong, faster, leaner, recover better, and have better endurance than 10 years ago, and I work out less now. Go figure. Emotionally, I now feel so good it ought to be illegal. I became vegan not only for compassion reasons, but also for health benefits and athletic gains. Common to many athletes, there's a simple litmus test. Does what I'm eating make me perform better? To which the answer, if vegan is done correctly, is overwhelmingly yes. Once on the plant-based diet path, I continued to educate myself. My awareness of animal suffering grew, and my compassion for them became first and foremost in my mind. And now it's my #1 concern. If it suddenly came out that eating plants was bad for you, caused heart disease, diabetes, cancer, I would remain steadfast on being vegan rather than be a part of cruelty, suffering, and death. Removing myself from that system of animal oppression as much as possible has been very empowering to me, but there was another benefit I did not foresee. Remember the first time you fell in love? Real head over heels stuff. Maybe high school, college. Life couldn't be any better. You finally understood what all those sappy love songs were about. The elation in your body was literally overflowing. You could think about nothing else. People, I'm here to tell you that committing to veganism feels just like that. Initially, it might not be so strong, depending on the reasons you're cutting back on animal products, vegetarian, or working on being vegan. As I said, I had to evolve a little bit to get to that point, this point. With discipline and fortitude, to stick with being vegan, it grows into a feeling of love and contentment that you need to feel to believe. Removing yourself, without compromise, from the god-awful, horrific system that is animal production opens up a new world of peace, love, and understanding. You are now free. I need your help. The world needs your help. This beautiful earth needs your help like never before. There's a very well-coordinated, well-financed effort right now to continue and expand animal flesh production at an unheralded rate. Literally hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars are being spent by our government to promote and increase animal consumption. The people in our government coming up with our food guidelines, our dietary guidelines, they're overwhelmingly agribusiness executives, or ex-execs, whose sole interest is corporate profit. More and more ag-gag laws are being passed. I believe 16 states have ag-gag laws now. At the height of hypocrisy, animal rights activists are being ridiculously prosecuted as terrorists. Many physicians are ignorant to the benefits of a plant-based diet. Me, I'd find a new diet. Agribusiness is funding teams of so-called scientists. What they do is they scour scientific literature. They try to find things that say that animal products are bad for us. And what they do is they twist that. Then commercial cable news repeats the spin 24/7. People then incorrectly can conclude that there's legitimate debate to the environmental and health aspects of eating animals. As minority and LBGT rights are expanding now, as our society is progressing, we're seeing more gay marriages being passed all the time. Great. However, farm animal rights are not progressing. They're going backwards. Right now, farm animals have less protection than they did 30 or 40 years ago. And right now, the current administration is looking at ways to have less oversight over animal product production. So, not good times. This is almost a David versus Goliath scenario. But our side has truth and momentum. There's more and more scientific literature showing the health and environmental risks of consuming animals and the benefits of a plant-based diet. Kind of like the debate of global warming or global climate change. In the scientific community, there is no legitimate argument. People in their hearts are very compassionate against animal cruelty, and literally nobody is pro-factory farm. More people are aware that a plant-based diet will literally save the world. If you look at what Bill Gates is talking about, exactly that. Dairy milk product production is on a decline as more and more people are realizing that bovine hormonal secretions do nothing good for anyone or anything other than a baby calf. More people are aware what Paleolithic people actually ate. Hint, 90+% vegan and 100 grams of fiber a day. Try to eat 100 grams of fiber a day. There's more vegan restaurants opening all the time. There are more new vegan foods coming out all the time. We are being outspent 100-1, but we have a clear and piercing voice of love and commitment to helping animals that is growing more each day. What can you do? I think it's safe to say that being involved with anything that helps people or the planet is something typical Americans sometimes struggle a bit with. This is why we lead the world in some avoidable diseases, obesity, things like that. It's always easier to not change, to stick in your comfort zone, keeping the status quo. However, challenging ourselves, trying to better our lives, and helping others separates us and gives us a sense of purpose in our life. It's what makes humans people. If you're not vegan yet, I absolutely encourage you to consume even a little bit less animal products. Every little bit does help. Be aware of the effects of what you and your family are eating have on animals and the environment. There's a reason it's illegal to take pictures inside of a slaughterhouse. Initially, it's easier to be a chegan, mostly vegan but kind of cheap. And that is okay, it really is, as long as you have the end goal in mind. The films, Earthlings, or the video, meatvideo.com, those are brutal, as is the reality for these animals' lives that people use and consume. A lot of the times people say, I don't need to see that kind of material. And I say, challenge yourself. See exactly where your shoe leather comes from. Even happy meat animals have lives you would not envy, and of course, they have a pretty terrible death. And also, they're a part of big agribusiness. Dare to really see what people who choose to eat animals and wear their skin are a part of. Being acutely aware of the horror makes it feel that much better to be wholly removed from it. Everything is connected. Rocks, insects, streams, your pets, cows, pigs, farm animals, beautiful sunsets, and nature. It's all connected. Committing to a 100% vegan lifestyle opens up the door to unbridled peace, love, and compassion. By accepting this loving energy and rejecting the horror and pain and death of animal consumption, you emerge into the light and become connected with all of this beautiful love. It frees you from the cycle of violence that is animal husbandry. Giving a meal or money to a homeless person, donating some money to your favorite charity, it does. It feels good. Maybe for an hour, maybe a day. You give $1,000, maybe it feels good for a couple days. Going vegan, you get to feel that good all day, every day. You also get to meet other like-minded people and feel and spread this infectious energy. Example, John Pierre, one of the most outstanding people I've ever met. Matt Wilkerson, Ann Swissdorf. There are countless awesome people that are a part of this movement. We are all removing ourselves here today from unspeakable terror and suffering with Thanksgiving for this meal. That is noble. This is a wonderful contribution to helping and sparing even some animals, and a great start for day number 1 if you're not vegan yet. I understand moving toward a plant-based diet might seem impossible. Quitting is easy. 75% of people who go vegetarian return to eating animals. It's important to do it right. Maintain enough calories. Don't just cut out the meat, dairy, and animal flesh from your diet. Beans, rice, lentils, potatoes, sweet potatoes, they're all really cheap and really easy to prepare. Running a marathon or cycling a century, it's 100 miles, that does sound impossible to a lot of people. Myself, I would be hard-pressed to run 26 miles. But it is possible. You start with baby steps. Walk around the block, jog around the block, enter a 5K and walk it. Then before you know it, you can jog a 10K, and then after that, you can try to work up to a half marathon and eventually a marathon. Same thing for cycling. 100 miles would take most people 5, 6, 7 hours. Start small, and you can work up to it. However, committing to a plant-based diet does not need to be staggered. I've had friends, some here with me, that essentially went vegan overnight and did a crash course on a plant-based diet. I've also had friends flip out over me being vegan and try to talk me into eating animals again. Some people are threatened by you stepping away from that. I believe they know what they're a part of and what you're leaving behind, and that upsets them. Veganism starts with desire, dedication, and determination. It's possible, and it gets easier and better with time. I have never felt better about committing to anything as I do right now about being vegan and never compromising that for the rest of my life. I'm choosing to minimize my impact on the earth and our animals as much as possible. I'm experiencing peace, love, and compassion like I didn't know existed. Come share this with me. Challenge yourself to take it to the next level. Skip that one meal of meat. Avoid having one glass of dairy milk and try almond milk. Talk with your friends and family gently about what they eat and where that food comes from. Volunteer to shelter. Donate some money to those who actively do help working animals with animals. Every time we spend money, we're essentially voting for whatever we just bought. Think about who and what you're voting for in your daily life. We've got a choice in this. Of course, animals don't. Can you eat some animal products and be healthy? The answer to that is yes. Clearly, there are significant risk reductions of many diseases with a plant-based diet, and many show that vegan is healthier than vegetarian. Most people don't want to go vegan because, number one, it would be difficult, and number two, they eat healthy enough or have a balanced diet. And they figure occasionally eating some animal products is okay. It's in moderation. I mean, hey, most world-class athletes are not vegan. My grandmother was 95 from Wisconsin. I mean, they put dairy and animal products in literally everything. She lived to 85. Initially, I had no idea how self-centered I was to consume animal products because plants can provide 100% of our daily nutritional needs. There's nothing in the animal products that was necessary for my optimal health, and in fact, it was holding me back. Veganism requires a thought process, wanting to be enlightened to the reality of what's happening to literally billions of animals, and thus the earth for food. Food that your body does not need and exists solely for corporate profit. The real question is here, why would you want to eat animals? Is bacon that good that you can willingly be a part of the unimaginable suffering that that animal went through to get to your plate, not to mention the cholesterol that directly leads to atherosclerosis, no matter how much you exercise? Is your gourmet cheese from Whole Foods so delicious that you can be a part of the horrible distress of preventing that mother cow from doing the only thing in life she wants to do, spending time with her newborn? Not to mention IGF-1 and casein, which are in all dairy products that are directly linked to cancer. Have you ever met a cow? Have you ever met a pig that was alive? I say, check out Peaceful Prairie, 1 hour east of here, and you can do just that. You can see how beautiful and amazing these animals are. This is about doing the right thing for you, for the planet, and for the animals. It's about giving, not being selfish in your dietary choices and what you wear. You can be as fit, as strong, as muscular or healthy as you want by eating only plants. Just try to give in to this beautiful love and energy associated with fully removing yourself wholeheartedly from animal production. It doesn't feel good. It feels great. Join me in living great. Going vegan and staying vegan is not nearly as difficult as backcountry technical climbing. No 6-mile multi-hour hike approaches up to 13,000 feet at 3 a.m. with heavy packs. No terrifying, dangerous climbing hundreds of feet off the ground. But the rewards are as great, if not greater. You don't need years of higher education, elite fitness, or a top 1% income. This is available to everyone, regardless of age, and you can do it right now, today, tomorrow, and the next day. Being vegan is not just about what you eat and what you wear. It's about how we think, how we feel, and how we live. We can do this. You can do this. Start right now and commit. Thank you. A couple last postscript here. The fact that I'm speaking and not John Pierre is amazing. For anyone who's ever heard John Pierre, and I've heard, at vegan conferences and of course on YouTube, I've seen hundreds of people talking about animal rights in various flavors. And John Pierre is as good as anybody. So for me to have this opportunity, I thank Ann and I thank John for making that happen. I really appreciate this opportunity. Also, John Pierre, for those of you who don't know him, he's had a career in working with geriatrics, and he also does a lot of training, and not just athletic training, but like he said, everything training. He's worked with a lot of Hollywood people, and he's also worked with a lot of disadvantaged people, and he's changed countless lives for the better in his 30 years of vegan activism. John Pierre does not care or aspire for an opulent, high-dollar lifestyle that some of his vegan clients have. Excuse me, his Hollywood clients have. He's trying to make him vegan, and he's doing a good job. He gives away, literally, almost everything he has to people that are more in need. John Pierre is the most altruistic person I've ever met. He's got a new book out called The Pillars of Health. It's about nutrition, movement, mind, and compassion, how everything is connected. I strongly encourage you to buy it. Support him. Gift season is right around the corner, so buy a couple. Last week in Boulder, one gentleman bought 5, so someone here can buy 6. Hats off to you, and I'll take that as a challenge for someone. I assure you, you'll find it worth it. Also, to give a compliment to him, John always used to say, he had a phrase that he always said, and I actually met John here 5 or 6 years ago. And so I recently got John's phrase tattooed on me because I believe so strongly in it, and that is, vegan, never compromise. And if you're not a vegan yet, that might sound way out there or really extreme, but I assure you, once you get here, it will make perfect sense.
Show us the tattoo.
It's on my shoulder. Vegan never comes. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. Give it over to the MC. John's got a lot of books in the back there. He doesn't want to take those boxes home either.
Thank you, Carl. The Lisa May Foundation is here as well. This is their information. Please check it out. They're also a nonprofit. They do a lot of great work with mainly dogs and cats, house pets. Is that correct?
That's
Right,
correct,
Lorraine?
yes.
Lorraine May, there she is. And sorry, I'm really old. I can't hear you.
We serve vegan at our non.
I'm really handsome. Is that what you're saying?
And charming.
Oh, charming. Yeah, I heard that. Well, thank you, Lorraine, for coming. The coffee, I just want to let you know, it is caffeine free. It's not really a coffee. The company is Ticino. I think I pronounced that correctly. So the people that are trying to stay away from caffeine, it's caffeine free. It's all good. And she's looking at me funny. Oh, we'd like the kids to go through first. That way they can go outside and play in the intersection while everybody else is eating. Just kidding.
With their parents help your kids, come to mind.
And again, we're going to have double line down both sides. If there's anything that you're running low on, just let us know. We'll run and get it. And I think that's it. Oh, Field Roast. They donated the celebration roast to us. And so we need to give them a shout out as well. So it's pretty good stuff. It's probably my favorite. So.